The Firekeepers Casino 400 may have taken 2 days to complete, but it was absolutely worth the wait because we had a very pivotal race for the championship, and on top of that, some very entertaining and quite frightening at times races. I'll explain everything in my 5 things that we learned from this race. So this obviously took place at the Michigan International Speedway from Brooklyn, Michigan. Let's start with stage 1 because this was the only part of the race that was run on Sunday, and I'll explain why very shortly as well. So we had a great battle for the lead. Kyle Larson, then Denny Hamlin, both involved in that, and Bubba Wallace, of all people, with the mother of all drafts, firing towards the lead like I've never seen. It just came out of nowhere. He must have had like a 10-15 mile an hour speed advantage over the leading pair. They were squabbling with each other. Wallace just went down the inside and never really looked back. And then in the latter stages, we had a caution, and because of that, some drivers did choose to pit, but some did not. Some went for that playoff point. Ryan Blaney being one of those as well, and he ended up getting the playoff point for that, winning stage 1. But yeah, it would have been Wallace otherwise because of that. Now, anybody who's watched the highlights like I did will have seen that they didn't really acknowledge the fact that it was a massive rainstorm, and basically all the running got stopped on Sunday because of that. So we had to wait until Monday morning to resume the race and get on with stage 2. In this one, we had a really great battle between Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. Both of these guys desperate for the first win. In particular, Busch desperate for his first win of the season because of where he is in the standings. But yeah, there was multiple cars having tire issues, really, having punctures. I think it was the rear right at the same time, pretty much. One of them being Joey Logano. He ended up saving it somehow, an incredible save from him, and got it back to the pits to recover. But yeah, because of that caution, we actually saw a really big wreck as well, including Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson actually instigating this wreck at the start of the restart. Now, a few people theorize this is because his car is set up more to run in clean air, but even if you're the leader of a NASCAR race, at different points you are still going to be running in dirty air, you're still going to be running in the draft. But for whatever reason, he lost control of his car, spun out, and unfortunately he drops all the way to 4th overall in the point standing as a result of his result from this weekend. He classified down in 34th. His car was very damaged after that incident. So yeah, it's just something to really, I mean, obviously his playoff position is absolutely assured. There's no doubt he's going to be there. He's still got the most wins of this season, I believe, so that's not going to change. But something definitely to mention that, even Kyle Larson, he can make some mistakes, and it seemed as though he made one there, unfortunately, and the result is that we saw a big dozen car or so pile up as a result. Third thing we learned as well is that Corey LaJoie is a lucky boy, or maybe unlucky depending how you look at it. He ended up having a spin in the 3rd stage, but because of that, he actually flipped over, and it was an incident that really he shouldn't be flipping over, and it was very odd. Like, it shouldn't really happen like that, but NASCAR no doubt are going to look at the safety involved there and why he actually flipped over, because we had a similar incident with Ross Chastain in latter stages of the race as well. And yeah, he flipped. I know he ran onto the grass and slowed down a bit quicker, but still a bit of an odd one for LaJoie to flip over like that. But thankfully, the most important thing is that he's okay. So yeah, Martin Truex Jr. as well. Now, I mentioned that he was battling with Kyle Busch earlier on in the race. He was definitely going for the victory in this one as well. The first victory of the season it would be for him. Now, his playoff place is pretty much assured after this. There's only 2 races to go before the playoffs get started. So despite not having a win, him being 8th overall in the standings will mean that he's fine, that he'll make it, I believe. But unfortunately for him, he was put out of the race because of, again, he classified like 19th or something like that, well down there. But he was going for the win alongside Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch, unfortunately, fell just short in the end too. I think he was up in 3rd, a great result for him that will help his championship standings out, of course. He was 4th in the end, I was close. But yeah, it was actually Tyler Reddick who won this one in the end, and he is the new points leader, I think for the first time this season too, getting just his 2nd victory of the season. He's come close many times, to be fair. A lot of top 5s, a lot of 2nds and 3rds in this standing overall position this season, but there you go. He took his chance basically, and he got a big helping hand as well from Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick got a hand from Ty Gibbs. There we go. So many ties, very popular in NASCAR. But yeah, he absolutely took advantage of it though, and to the top of the standings he goes. So just 2 races left before the playoffs. And next, we're heading to Daytona, which is going to be something else. So yeah, and of course, I will be here to preview the race with 5 drivers you should be looking out for, the most successful drivers in Daytona history, some legends in there, I am absolutely sure. And of course, I will be reacting to this race as well on Monday morning UK time, and so it'll be there ready for you guys in the US when you wake up on Monday morning after the race. So yeah, there we go. A very entertaining race. Took a long time for us to get there, but we got there, and that's what matters. What were your thoughts about the Michigan race this weekend? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, keep you subscribed to the NASCARchronicle.com to see much more video content on stock car racing just like this.